Hello, this is Tanya with TK Sewing Machine and Repair, and today I have another Kenmore 95. Love, love, love these machines. Whenever I get a chance to get one, I always grab them because I think they're just fabulous machines. They're really built for domestic heavy-duty work. They prefer more layers and more thickness than thinner fabrics, and they're just really, really good workhorse machines. So, this is a straight stitcher. It is a rotary machine, means the bobbin goes round and round. It's a top clamping foot. It only does straight stitch, so you have your straight stitch foot on here. This is where you control your reverse and forward. This is the bobbin winder, which I'm going to demonstrate. And back here is your motor, and your motor runs the machine with a friction tire. This is a brand new friction tire on the machine. And so you don't have to deal with belts. And as long as you store this machine with the motor propped away from the wheel, and you can do that several different ways. You can take a piece of fabric and put it in here. And so when you're storing the machine, as long as it's not resting on the hand wheel, then you won't get a dent in your tire. And that's one of the only reasons that you have to replace tires is because they get a dent in them, and they'll still run, but they just get loud. Sounds like an old car knocking. You have two spool pins. This is where you control the top thread tension right here. Just really, really simple to use. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to wind a bobbin. Wow, this spool of thread has never been put on a machine, no holes on it. 5 for $1. That's crazy. Old spool of thread. I grab these up when I can because they're great to use for demonstration purposes. So you put your bobbin right here. I believe it's going to go over the top. And then to disengage the needle, you loosen the clutch wheel, and that'll keep the needle from going up and down, and so your motor isn't trying to operate two different things. And it's because it takes energy to power the mechanisms that run the needle, and then it takes energy to power the bobbin winder. So you want to make it as easy on the motor as possible. And if you're not engaging the needle, then you can still leave the machine threaded, and that is convenient too. So I'm going to put my finger on this lever down here below the winder assembly, and oh, it goes the other way. Let's see if it'll catch. Yes, it did. And I see I'm going to move the guide over here to underneath the bobbin. That way it'll wind more evenly. There we go. There. So when you're done winding the bobbin, you just cut the thread, and you can leave this spool of thread on here if you wish. You take the bobbin off, And it's a pressure fitting, so you don't have to worry about the little holes on the side of the bobbin. Take off the bobbin cover. There's a little lever that holds the bobbin case in. We'll take out this spool of this bobbin here with the pretty blue thread in it. This bobbin case is referred to as a wishbone bobbin case, and you can tell why. It looks like a wishbone. So put the thread coming over the bottom, and you put it through this little slot right there, and then back behind this there's a little piece of metal right there, and I always take a pair of tweezers, just a cheap pair of tweezers, and guide it because it's hard to guide, and then pull it through. These two pieces of metal right here meet, and that's what causes the thread to have tension, and you want to pull it through those two pieces of metal. And then you insert the bobbin holder in. You got to move the lever, put it in, and then when the lever moves down, it holds the bobbin case in the machine. So the machine is already threaded, and so to pick up the bobbin thread, we're going to tighten the clutch because that engages the needle. And then on these rotary machines, you run the hand wheel away from you to pick up the bobbin thread. Now, one thing that about these machines, the needle alignment on this machine needs to be to the right side of the hole. And if I ship this machine to you, the needle alignment can go out, and it's not a big deal. You can realign it. So when you get this machine, you want to roll the needle down, and if it hits the metal, or if it's not to the right half of the hole, then there's a screw right here, and there's also a screw right here, and you can tighten or loosen those screws, and that's how you adjust the needle position on this machine. So we got the bobbin thread up over to the edge of my sample material, and let's start sewing. Oops. Really, really nice stitches. I like the Kenmores for heavy duty work. I like to use them for top stitching because I think they have the prettiest and longest straight stitch. So what we're looking for is a nice 90-degree corner on both sides. And we have a nice 90-degree corner. And so to do reverse, pull that lever down, and you do reverse. Really, really nice stitches. So this machine, as I mentioned, it likes to do more heavy-duty domestic sewing. So if you're doing denim projects or garment leather, you can achieve those stitches or that type of sewing on this machine. Now, this is Cowhide. It's probably 1.5 millimeters thick, and you can tell it's pretty stiff. So we're going to do, and I don't have a leather needle in this machine. I just have a standard, I have an 80-12 in it. So it's kind of a thick needle. It's right there in the middle. So we're going to sew on this cowhide. Makes a really nice stitch. So the white stitch here is the stitch that we just made. That's a beautiful stitch. So if this machine ends up in your home, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.